All right, so Tigers. I mean, you realize what today? We're at the 40-game mark.
Oh, Sparky.
Yes. Now, look, there's all kinds of reasons why 40 games is not that. So much of it's dependent upon who you're playing. And so some years you'll get a better sense probably who you are after 30 games. Some years it might take you 50 games. Do you remember when we looked at the schedule and realized how tough it was right out of the gate of who they were playing? We set a goal through the 40 games. Do you remember what it was? It was before the season started.
For the 40 games, I think we just wanted to be close to 500, a few games within 500. So 18 and 22, something like that.
We had set the bar. We said, okay, realistically, if this team gets off to a decent enough start, 19 and 21 would be great. And not only have they suffered an unusually high number of injuries, but they haven't hit the ball at all. The injuries have been to the pitching staff, and the pitching staff's been fine, which is weird. Now, would it have been better? It's hard to imagine it would have been better, but maybe it would have been better. But here's the deal, Gator. They're only 5 games behind schedule. That's one way to look at it. I'll take that as a mind trick. As I was hoping they'd be 19 and 21. They're 14 and 26. They're 5 games behind schedule. They needed to win 5 more than they did. I'm trying.
I want to be swayed so badly, but I get it.
The truth is, their offense is so bad, it's amazing they're not worse than they've been. And I mean, I heard the morning show talking about this, and I think every Tiger fan that's paid attention has the exact same thought. When they get behind like 2-3-0, it's over. It's completely over. They're not coming back for 2-3 runs down. It feels like they have to score first, and then hope they get Cy Young pitching, and that's how they win baseball games.
Well, it does kind of feel like that. I mean, it's amazing that yesterday was the first time this season that on the road they actually scored in the first inning.
That was the first time all season?
First time all season.
I know it was the first time they scored the first inning in a month.
First time on the road all year long. Good God. That's how pathetic things have been offensively for this team. Look, I'd like to think, hey, it's only 5 games off, but it's 5 games off over 40 games. Yep. And that's a significant amount. If it were like off by a game or 2, I could buy into, but 5 is a lot. I just want to match it up to what they were last year and see if they can, do some kind of parallel and be better than 500 the rest of the way, get close to 80 wins, be great. I mean, I have them at 84. That was my expectations. And if they end up with 80 wins, it's going to be a disappointment for me because it'll be less than what I expected.
Yeah.
But if they end up going, I don't know, I guess you're disappointed or you're not disappointed. When you were out, I did a show and somebody talked about I mentioned the Sparky market 40 games. Now, I don't really put too much stock into that. And somebody says, how dare you do that? You're arguing with one of the best managers of all time. Like, I'm not arguing with anybody. I'm just saying that I think everything has to be looked at in its own situation. If I was looking at a team that was completely healthy for a 40-game stretch with very minor injuries they had to deal with, okay, I could understand that. But this is different. It's a new situation. So, I mean, how can I judge? How can I possibly judge what they have with this team with all of these injuries? Obviously there's a lot to the pitching staff, but even you've had guys that were on the DL or the IL when it was Javi Baez, missed some time early. What are my thoughts on Javi Baez right now? He's a bit of a mess at the plate, yet he hits a home run the opposite way yesterday, and I was encouraged by that. I don't know if we're going to see that the rest of the way for him, but I'm totally discouraged at the start for Scope, for Baду, and for Eric Haas, and to an extent, also to Torkelson. I didn't expect Torkelson to be this bad this far into it. Now, he's picked it up a little bit over the week, but need to see more of that. Need to see a lot more of that. So, I guess if I'm doing a 40-game evaluation, it's not good.